Hello everyone. In today's video we're going to talk about something very important. Is colonization of Africa by British and France, which are the two countries that colonized Africa the most, African countries the most. The colonization of Africa by the British and the French is the reason why Africa is poor today? Africa is the poorest continent. Let's discuss it. So in the 18th to 19th century, African continent was the playground for British Empire and French Empire then, and that's the reason why I speak English fluently, even though I have other languages that I speak. So the question again is somehow the colonization by the British and the French, to the colonization of Africans, they come and colonize African countries. Is it the reason why Africa is a poor continent today? The answer to me is no. The poverty Africa is experiencing today have no ties with colonization. You might disagree with me. I know some of you will disagree with me, but give me some time, let me break it down. Yes, mineral resources were looted in Africa, still being looted till today as I'm speaking to you. Priceless art was stolen in Benin, or every part of Nigeria, Ghana, Mali, South Africa, anywhere there's colonization left a negative imprint if you look at it in broader times. But the reason why Africa is suffering today? No. The reason why Africa is suffering today is that we are playing along in a system that was created and we are in the last place of it. You can say the world order, you can say the Americans created it or the Europeans created it. The system that the world order is created for the norm around the world. Africa is in the last aspect of it, and we are in the last aspect of it. The problem is not even we are in the bottom end of it. We Africans within ourselves didn't say, okay, this is where we are. Why can't us within ourselves create our own road, part our own road to integrate doing things within Africa and surge up prosperity? No. What you see is that this is where some people will think that colonization is the reason why Africa is poor. I will say something that will make it look like that, but it's not. So what you see is that some African countries still have close ties to their colonial masters, colonial countries. I'm not going to mention names, but if you know this history very well, you know some of these countries still have some ties to those colonies, and that tie is not deep rooted. Hear me out. That ties is not deep rooted. That ties is only effective depending on the leader of that African country. You see, I'll give you one clear example of why I say we are our own problem. It's not the Europeans, it's not the white Europeans or the whatever Americans. No, it's not. It's African problem. You understand? So a president will want to run for president of a country. An African country, I'll give you an example. An African country will want to run for a president. He clearly knows he will not win that election. He clearly knows he's corrupt. He have baggages that will not sell to the public for people to vote for. Guess what they do? They go to their old colonial masters, bargain, and then those people will use their machinery, the tools, to push them to get elected. But here is the thing now. The people around this person knows this is what they are doing. but they can't do anything to stop him because of money. This is why I tell you that the problem within Africa is us. Now, when it comes to doing business within Africa, they've been saying that like it's supposed to be an easy thing to integrate within African countries, but it's not happening. It's not happening because everybody's focusing on Europe, America, Europe, America. If Africans are trading among themselves, the trade volume infrastructure are built to connect all Africans the same way Europeans connect with each other. I know Africa is 10 times bigger than Europe, but still, let's say West African region have infrastructure development that is very effective, that I can get on a train in Lagos by 8 a.m. By 4 p.m. I'm in Dakar, Senegal. You see, in 8-hour time I'm in Dakar, Senegal. We don't have those infrastructure, and we are not doing things for my non-Africans. If I tell you this thing, this is gonna be crazy. Do you know that to travel within Africa is far more difficult than travel from Africa to another country outside Africa? Within Africa, we are brothers and sisters, right? Everything is protectionism. Everything is making things difficult. Africans don't want to make everything easy. I'll give you one example why Africa is our problem. Even though I don't like military rule, I don't like anything, because I lived through military rule when I was in Nigeria, when a coup took place and a military officer was the president, head of state. Even though I don't like it, Ibrahim Traoré, the current head of state of Burkina Faso, is clear example why you shouldn't blame colonization as the part of the problem in Africa. You shouldn't. The reason why you shouldn't, because you can look this thing in a upper, like double-edged knife kind of situation. If an African leader comes into power, didn't pledge allegiance to any European country, he came on his own and want to do his job, he will do his job effectively. Ibrahim Traoré doesn't have to answer to France or have to do this, but he's doing everything he's doing to his country. Do I agree in how he got to power? And no, I don't. But I felt like he is the clear example of trying to say, oh, colonization is the reason why Africa is not progressing. No, we Africans is the reason why Africa is not developed. It's not colonization. It's not colonization. Singapore, they don't have any mineral resources. We have a lot of gold, silver, iron, diamonds. We have everything, but we're still poor because you know why? We Africans always sell ourselves for cheap. A head of state will come into power. And I'll give you let me tell you how Africans sell themselves. You see a useless politician in some, I'm going to use one African country to make an example. A useless politician from one African country comes in. He wants to run for president. He knows he doesn't have the money. Then he go to all these countries, maybe go to France. They usually go to European countries, not America. Go to France, mostly France, they always do. I'm gonna call the name, it's France. They'll go to France. France will finance use the military, finance their political run. America do that too, unfortunately. Financed everything, and then those people became president. Guess what? Then you already signed every right you have to govern as a country. The next thing they will tell you, oh, there's a mineral resources near this your country. There's mineral resources in the southwest. We are going to mine it. In return, you get 1%. And the president will say, okay, he will turn the blind eye. Whatever human resources that have been violated while doing those things is no longer his business. This is exactly why I say colonization is not the problem. Africans from head to bottom is the problem. And civilians sometimes, they will know these things and they don't want to do anything. You see how people protest in Europe and America when things does not go. Africans will not do that because everybody is afraid of dying for a country that they feel like it's not worth it. So the main reason why I'm making this video is to not go into deep detailing, but if you're smart enough, you will know and understand what I'm trying to say. We are Africans are our own problem. We are our own problem. You see how Africans are dying trying to enter Europe through Libya. Some of them are being kidnapped. I've been saying this both online, both on this channel and offline. If we are doing things within Africa, from the leader, presidents on top to the ordinary civilian on bottom, we will have everything we need. But protectionism, envy, jealousy, dark energy is preventing Africa to grow. It has nothing to do with British colonization, French colonization, German, Belgium. It have nothing to do with it. It is us, you know. So if you are watching this video and you feel like you want to add something to it, or maybe you disagree, share your thoughts in the comment section. As I said, this is a open place. You just discuss. If you disagree with me, you tell me. Meanwhile, thank you for watching my video. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you. And if you haven't, thank you in advance, and please subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, see you guys on the next one. Let's have that healthy conversation.